here. And the first one I'm going to bring up and recognize is our amazing brunch sponsor this morning. I met her, Michelle talked about connections. So I saw a line about this event in Atlanta about supporting women. So I went online and paid to go speak. And Monty came with me, and Trish came with me, and no, sorry, not Trish, Patty came with me, sorry, Patty, and Vanessa came with me. I'm like, come join me. We had this booth, we met there was over 1,000 women, it was 400 women, I think, there or something. And Willie, who was helping run the event for his wife, connected me with our next keynote speaker. And we just connected, and come to find out, we actually have something in common in that, if you know about the No Women group, we actually have done the No Women together too, we didn't even realize that. So I want to introduce Jajuan. She's our Lady CPA. She's going to tell you what that means because it's not what you think it means. But I want to invite her to come up and get us started because I'm going to tell you, we all are really important and we forget that sometimes. And our business is important and the way you show up for yourself is important. So Jajuan, would you come up?
I don't need stairs. I'm just going to hop up here because you know that's just what it is.
She's tall. All right. Thank you, darling.
Oh, Supreme Rising, y'all. I hope everyone is having a beautiful, beautiful morning, y'all. I just love pink. Y'all know a pink girl, right? So to see everybody here smiling, you're pink. Give me all the pink girls. I love pink. And you know, it's because sometimes we need a reminder of who we are. It's okay to be a little soft. It's okay to love your pink and purple. You know, so many days, y'all, we have to show up as men and women in this world. And just to be able to put on pink, to be soft, you know, that's what the Lady CPA is. So I am a CPA, I'm a certified public accountant. I've owned my firm for 19 years, but I don't really care about that, right? Because we're making soulful connections. I started the Lady CPA network though, because all women are CPAs. A lot of times, y'all, we get into the credentials, right? We're MBA, CPA, moms, all of these are labels, right? But we are more than our label. What we're finding is that the Lady CPA is for all women who are confident, professional, and accomplished. We're all CPAs, right? So I just happen to have a license to do it publicly, right? But we are all Lady CPAs. We are all ladies who are confident. We are ladies who are professional. And we are ladies who are accomplished in our own right. So this morning, I want to make sure we make soulful connections, right? So like Pearl said, I don't want you to meet anyone at your table and say, oh, I'm a mom, I have 3 kids. No, we are more than that. Who were you before you were a mom, right? Who were you before, you know, the trauma of life takes place? Life, right? Everyone has a story. But before the story, who were you? And that's what I want everyone to think about today as we make these soulful connections, right? We don't always have it perfect. I tell people a little bit of my story. I'll tell you, I grew up in Orlando. My mom was an addict on drugs for years. My dad remarried. I am the typical, you know, lady who grows up in the hood, right? Literally, like I grew up in the hood. And I love it though because my grandmother always said, I'm looking at Faith here, because Faith says she's learning to live up to her name. I love that. Oh, that's a soulful connection, y'all. So make sure you know everyone at your table. Make sure you know their name. And make sure you understand their name, right? So when I met Faith at my table, she said, my name is Faith. And I'm learning how to live up to my name, right? But guess what? We didn't choose our names. But maybe God did, right? Someone knew that Faith was going to be Faith, right? So I say those are soulful connections. So if you look at your neighbors and you ask names, you know, how did you get your name? Where are you here? Where did you move here from? You know, this is a melting pot now. I just happen to be born and raised in Orlando, but looking around, I'm sure many of you may not even be native to Florida. So those are soulful connections. So what we want for everyone today is to make those connections, right? Whether it's cultural, right? Whether it's, you know, creative. Like a lot of us are poets, and that's things that you do from your soul, right? We all know what we had to go to college to do. I knew that if I wanted to be better than the people around me, then I needed to get an education. So I did that, right? Then you work in the world that tells you you have to be successful, but sometimes you're not set up for success. But you are when you learn how to say yes to you. And I love all of this. I was a CPA because my mother told me I was going to be one. I didn't say yes to me. I'm a great, wonderful CPA, right? Because I never wanted to be a CPA, but my mother kept saying, oh, you're going to be a CPA, you're going to be a CPA. And I did, and I've been wildly successful at it. but I have now found more peace in just being me, the lady, right? Whoever I am, I coach now, I speak. You know, I do the same thing with, like Pearl said, many times it's about being a mother, it's about, you know, being your profession, your license, your educator, your teacher. But what about you? So today we want everyone to learn how to just say yes to yourself. Your business, whatever it is that you desire. Like the Lady CPA and my firm is something that I had to establish because, you know, that's wealth and that's legacy building. But me saying yes to me meant that I walked away, right? And said, I want to speak. I want a life coach, right? I want to mentor other young women. We provide scholarships, all of that, so that you know how to say yes to you. And I really want everyone to examine, when was the last time you said yes to yourself? Today, right? You're here on a Thursday. So clearly you said yes. Let's give ourselves a hand of applause, right? Because clearly you're here on a Thursday, right? You could have been at work. You could have been everywhere else, right? But I love the fact that today you said yes to yourself. So I want everyone to look at whoever's at your table. Make a soulful connection, because I'm going to come back now and I'm going to test you. I believe in testing people. All right, so I'm going to come back at lunchtime and I'm going to ask you about someone at your table. And I want you to tell me what that soulful connection is. I don't want to hear if they're a mother, if they have kids, what kind of car they drive, right? I want something a little deeper, all right? Just a little bit deeper. I was talking to Kathleen and she said something about secrets and privacy, right? Privacy is boundaries. Secrets mean that you're keeping something in that really needs to be let out so that you can heal it and you can work through it. We don't keep secrets, we keep boundaries, all right? So open up, make meaningful connections today, y'all. That's why Pearl, you know, she does this so that you can walk away and you met someone that meant something. We go to networking events, we go to all of these engagements all the time, and you walk away and you don't remember people. I'm gonna remember Faith because of her name, right? I'm a woman of faith, so I'm always gonna remember her, right? So make those types of connections so that now you can reconcile in your mind what that soulful connection is. Because I'm gonna test you now. I will test you, all right? So I want you guys to make sure you enjoy everything that is available to you today. Listen to the panels, right? Make these connections and go home knowing and understanding that now I am a part of something greater than me. That is a soul tribe.
A round of applause to Jajuan. Yeah. Okay, so we are getting